And I was like Googling testicular cancer, and they're like, well, you know, it's most common between 18 and 35. And I'm like, okay, I'm 40, all right, but what could this be? And I'm looking at this stuff like different fluids that could be caught, and I was like, oh, I had a vasectomy, maybe something could be going on there. And then I remembered I went to a trampoline park the other day.
That'll do it. The podcast you can't resist. Stephen Michael James, the host you won't wanna miss. From Seattle to the world, his humor will persist. Join the fun, get ready to enlist.
All right, guys, we're going.
So
It's Comedy Simp Podcast. We are back. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
Straight up simping.
Yeah. And so we are here today, Stephen Michael James, Alex Svarez, and our special guest, Jessica
Pigeau.
Close.
Pigeau.
Oh, let me check the audio levels there. Go ahead, talk.
Pigeau.
Oh, yeah, I think we got it. So this is French-Canadian. What kind of name is this?
This is very much a French-Canadian name. It is common. It's uncommon everywhere, but it's found primarily in Quebec and northern France. My ancestors came over before Canada was Canada, and they got conquered by the English.
Well, before we get into the old history, guys, where can they find you, follow you online?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube as Sexy Little Fat Boy.
You know what's crazy? Every time I go to Google your name, just like a bunch of porn pops up.
Oh.
I just type in sexy on Instagram. I'm like, this is not what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find Jessica.
I need my wife not to see this account. I promise, it's just an autistic Canadian comedian.
Yeah.
With an unfortunate branding. My mother's not fond of it, but the people love it.
Oh, they're
you are a sexy little fat boy.
That's why we're here now. We're here to introduce you to a wider audience. You know, the comedy simps out there, all the fans, the people,
Chubby
my
chasers.
people, the little people,
Is everyone
the
gooning?
open micers, the guys, the strugglers, the underdogs.
And the overcast.
And don't forget Alex.
Yes, we've started.
Alex Svarez, follow him as Alex Svarez.
Yeah.
And you guys are friends.
Yes.
You guys, how long have you guys been friends?
3 years?
3 years.
3 years, and
Yep.
that's right around when you started comedy.
Yeah, I met her right away, and it's been a very fortunate coincidence.
Yeah, they met. He met me at a show that he was running that I completely derailed by accident by bringing a bunch of, I'm gonna say, group home rejects.
Yeah, to people who were too bad for the group home, she brought them to the open mic, and then they started a fight.
Yeah.
But she was so funny that we're like, we can let them come
They
back.
were willing to overlook the fact that I brought two people who just trashed it. Like that particular institution, I don't think has ever had a comedy show again. But I was just so charming. They were willing to go, well, I mean.
Yeah, I had to go to an HR meeting after the open mic. It was that bad.
Oh man!
But
Well,
Jessica is so funny.
So, what is this? So, was this a group home you were in, or was this a group home you were associated with? I don't know much about group homes.
I'm the only
I should
inmate
have
with
been
a
in
driver's
one.
license.
Yeah.
It's just her boyfriend and his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was my boyfriend, his best friend, and the dude his best friend was allowing to sleep in a tent in his backyard.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And like my dumb brain, with my no knowledge of the up north, I mean, how long can you camp in Canada? Because I feel like the window is pretty short. Oh yeah.
You can
We're
camp as
live
long
at the
as you
open mic.
want until the hypothermia kicks in.
I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Survivor Man. You heard of this guy Les Stroud?
Yeah.
Big fan of Les Stroud. I mean, he's a
100%.
Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Active Bigfoot believer.
Oh yeah, of
He's
course.
a fellow squatcher.
What do you guys think about Bigfoot? We are in the Pacific Northwest, the capital of conspiracies
I mean, Jessica
around.
is my Sully.
Yeah.
I'm very much the Sully in this relationship. I view Sasquatch as one of the least implausible possible cryptids.
Yeah.
That is my perspective on it. Do I think that Sasquatch exists? No. But I am also well aware that we have discovered many animals that either we did not know or that we thought were extinct that merely lived deep in the woods.
You just haven't watched enough of the research and the evidence, Jessica.
Do
Yeah.
your own research.
If you've seen the videos that I've seen, you'd be a believer.
So
But then you would have no time for comedy.
It would ruin me.
what would you be doing if you weren't doing comedy? Because I couldn't imagine you doing anything else.
Prior to doing comedy, I was the the administrative assistant to the assistant deputy minister of Economic Development Canada, which is basically the Canadian welfare state.
Sounds like a lot of red tape.
She was a dirty bureaucrat.
I am a filthy, filthy bureaucrat. I spent 2 years while I was also doing stand-up with a desk that was directly across from a portrait of the Queen, judging me. How dare you, Liz?
Well, you seem like somebody to me that has a great attention to detail, so I feel like you would have thrived in that environment.
I am sexually aroused by spreadsheets.
She's a freak in the sheets, people.
You use Excel with 3 X's.
Man, this is like, you know, when I don't have enough of this kind of stuff. When I, like, in Tacoma, I get a little bit of it, but I was just talking to somebody yesterday, actually. It's like every comedy club has like a little scene built around it, and I'm sure it's the same with you guys. You know, like Tacoma Comedy Club has got their thing, but then Nate Jackson's, which is also in Tacoma, has got their group, and then in Seattle you got Club Comedy and Emerald City, and then you have the open micers that can't go to the comedy clubs, and then you have the open micers that don't want to go to the comedy clubs. And but the cool thing about comedy is that you get to meet people that you probably would have never met outside of that. And like, yeah, I don't imagine I feel like me and Alex probably would have met on a drug deal somewhere.
Yeah, or like a Zoomies manager conference.
Yeah. It's like, sir, I'm looking for a job because I have a second kid now. But I feel like we would have never run into an administrative assistant of the administrator.
Probably not. To this day, I spend most of my time in bars. I drink 1 unit of alcohol roughly every financial
I love
quarter.
that 1 unit. Is that a real unit? Is that a unit of measurement, or is that your?
A unit of alcohol is how, in medical circles, you would define like a unit of alcohol is this much whiskey or this much hard liquor. It's this much wine. It's this much beer. That kind of thing.
Is that related to cc's? You know, like 25 cc's?
It's not as precise as that. It's like a certain number of ounces for like each category of alcohol.
You were saying earlier that your favorite cocktail was amaretto with cream?
Yes, it's called the Godchild. The only way you can interest me in alcohol if it involves whipping cream.
A dairy-based unit of alcohol?
I have that hardcore fat kid energy. I am not interested unless it has calories.
Oh. I mean, guys, I'm almost 40 years old. I mean, it's coming up this month, and like today I had the brand new pumpkin Pop-Tarts that my family bought for me at Winco, and they're pretty good, man. I'm a pumpkin fanatic. Now,
how many units of Pop-Tart did you eat?
I ate 2 units, 2 large square units. And I'm just trying to enjoy them before RFK bans them. That's all.
This just feels like the masculine counterpart to pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the man-child version.
She called me masculine, people. You heard it first on the Comedy Simp.
Yes, pumpkin spice creatine.
Yeah.
So when this young, depressed man in shambles from his marriage comes walking into an open mic and he sees you for the first time, how long were you doing comedy at that point?
Like how long
When you first met Alex, how long were you doing comedy for?
This was 3 years ago. I would have been doing comedy for 4 to 5 years.
Okay. So 4 to 5 years. What was it like before Alex, before Laffs, and all that kind of stuff? What was
before we found you?
You know, what was the early days of comedy like for you?
So I started doing comedy when I was still working as an administrative assistant with the Canadian government.
Yeah.
So I had to, one of the reasons why my classic look is a button-up shirt, sweater vest, and bow tie is because I needed to have an outfit that would work for both the office and the club.
Oh, nice.
Because what I would do, I never had enough time to go home between my shift and the open mic, and I'm narcoleptic. I needed a nap, so what I would do is I would just pass out under my desk, or
Pull in George Costanza.
George Costanza.
When I picked her up from the bus stop today, she was sleeping at the bus stop.
I just let. He was late, so I just leant against a pole and just passed out. And genuinely, my narcolepsy is what has taught me that white privilege is real. Because when the police wake me up after I've passed out on a bench, they are concerned.
When I wake up from cops, they are beating my ass.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here, hobo.
Yeah,
Another famous narcoleptic, Ron Jeremy. How would you like to fall asleep in the middle of a porn shoot, you know? Yeah, not fun.
No. It's a bit disorienting, but no, I was a stand-up comedian roughly around the time when I was an office assistant, and then we went straight to the pandemic, and I don't know, I have urges. So
I take you for, I feel like you were a really like fun and creative kid, like probably a funny kid. But was stand-up like the first thing, or did you have any sort of other kind of performing that kind of got like helped walk you baby steps into stand-up?
So I always wanted to be a theater kid, but I was never cool enough. I auditioned several times.
See, that was what
accepted.
I was trying to get to. Like, did you do theater? But I wanted to do it in a creative, fun way, you know?
No. So I was not a theater kid. I was never accepted as a theater kid. They did not embrace me as their own. But I did do a lot of music. I am a classically trained singer.
Oh, yes.
Because my mother thought it would be a good idea to help with my asthma.
And so classically trained, so like what kind of stuff would you perform? Like would you do like opera?
Yeah, I do opera.
Yes, that's awesome.
I do opera. One of my specialties is Danny Boy, a lot of folk.
Oh, yes.
You know, where you need a lot of breath control.
You know, you could charge people to sing at funerals, you know?
I could charge people to do that.
There's a lot of Irish people dying these days because they didn't take the vaccine, so, you know.
As is one of my best uses of my new and improved breath control is I do an elk impression on stage. If you really want to hear a strange autistic 30-year-old's impression of what an elk mating call sounds like, there are few others who do it like I do.
Well, we're fans of Joe Rogan and we're fans of elk, so you know, anytime, you know,
imagine if like a loon was like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. I would. Yeah. So, you know, stand up in the early days. Would you say that your style is similar to what it was in the beginning, or did you take a while to figure it out? You know?
My style has changed somewhat in that, like, I do the sweater vest now, whereas like the first time I ever went on stage, I was in a full suit, plum.
Nice. Plum.
I looked like the Joker's dyke cousin.
One of the Joker's henchmen,
it's a female penguin.
Female penguin.
The henchmen are like, why do we gotta dress up like our boss? You know, like this is not Walmart. You know, like.
I had a very unrealistic first time doing stand-up because, like, I was an intercollegiate debater for several years beforehand. And after I got out of college debate, a buddy was mine like, I want to try stand-up, you know. Jessica, you're funny. Would you ever try stand-up? And he's like, why haven't you done it? And I'm like, why haven't I done it? So like the next week, I email into the comedy club. I'm like, hello, sir and or madam. I would like to perform the comedies. And they put me up the next week on like a pro-am show. And went well. But
Wow.
I could not feel my legs. Like I was in an adrenaline haze.
It's disability privilege.
Absolutely it is. And like afterwards, like this senior comedian named Brett Martin, he was like chain smoking out of the back alley, and he's like, you know, you're good, kid. You're very self-aware. He doesn't sound like this. He's
like
Canadian.
a 40s, like, hey, all right, youngster, you know.
He was
You're
a
gonna make
baseball
it in this
announcer for
biz
the
one
New York
day.
Knickerbockers.
Yeah.
You could make it big, kid. No, he just said that I was good at it. And I was like,
I got a bed in my
you.
office. You know. Well,
He's like, put your shirt back on. So my style has changed somewhat, mostly in that I have tried to soften my look somewhat, and mostly to stop scaring young men who see, you know, dyke butch lesbian on stage and they brace for a lecture.
That you were scaring the bros?
I was scaring the bros. And I don't want them to be scared of me. I'm nice.
It is like uncanny that you could do a show with Shane Gillis and get those bros to find you funny, whereas like if I do a show to a queer audience, they think it's a hate crime.
Absolutely. It's a problem.
Like she told a joke one time we were doing a show in Squamish, and she told a joke I wrote and got an applause break. And I was like, if I told that joke, I would have bombed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like, you bitch, that's my joke, and I'm just like,
Well,
her look and persona is like, it's one of your superpowers.
I will say, you know, one of the things about being a straight white guy is that we complain a lot about how women get all these opportunities in comedy and all that stuff, but I feel like people need to know that you actually deserve those opportunities more than a lot of the guys, I would imagine, because like I saw you at Whiskey Mile do great, and that's like a bar that like nobody does great. You know, it's very rare that anybody does great at. And you know, you're up here killing it. You're like this guy, and what I don't know, like what's the plan? Like, you just continuing to move on? I mean, it sounds like you guys have you done a tour together yet?
We have not done a tour together. My most recent tour was I did a bunch of fringe festivals out in Ontario, and that went well. But I ended off the tour by doing my hometown, which is in Grand Prairie, Alberta. Translation: buttfuck nowhere.
So
Cold
Alberta,
Texas.
this is the this is where all the cowboys are up north, right?
Absolutely, this is called Texas, which is where I am from. But luckily, I was too socially awkward to notice the homophobia. People used to come up to me and tell me that transgenderism is a sin spitting in the face of the Almighty. I thought that was just a conversation we were having.
I know, I'd always intro Jess at the roast bottom, like the pride of Grand Prairie, and by pride I mean the only gay person from there.
Yeah, but I was very proud I got to do a nepotism. I had my, they told me I had to bring my own opener, and I said, well, I know one guy in the area who could do 20 minutes. It is my brother, but...
So does your brother do comedy?
He does do comedy, but he is more well known as a youth pastor.
Oh. I've been called a youth pastor for some reason.
And there is a
you do have cool
church.
Youth pastor vibes.
I don't even go to church, man.
And there is absolutely, I think this is a very serious thing we need to talk about right now on this podcast. There is absolutely a youth pastor to stand-up comedian pipeline.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a part of it.
I mean, if I was a believer, I mean, it's a good way to get young men on your side really fast, you know.
Absolutely.
It's like you could be the next Jordan Peterson, you know.
There's a certain backgrounds that you tend to see a lot in camp comedy. Youth pastor is one of them. I also know 3 bank robbers. Baffling.
Yeah, felons and comedy go together.
Absolutely, they do. But no, we haven't been on tour together. We are planning on that. We were hoping to do that this year, but unfortunately our plans fell through. But we do also have plans for next summer.
It'll
be fun because we do genuinely, I think Alex has pointed this out before, we look like we're from opposite sides of a picket line.
Yeah.
We both showed up to the same protest, but for very different reasons.
When we crossed the border, they're like, enjoy your date night. And you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, which one do they think is the girl?
That's Trump's America.
Yeah. Well, you guys just did the Laffs Fest, right? Tell me all about it. I mean, like, this is something you've been planning for a long time. Was this the first one, right?
This was the very one.
The first annual.
What went good? What went bad? And what surprised you, you know?
I think it all went good. Like, the worst thing that happened was that
The band ran long.
Yeah, the band went long, and a comedian leaned on some glass and broke glass.
Yeah,
that
someone
was the worst
broke a
thing.
window pane,
Yeah.
and that was pretty much the worst thing that happened.
But we had comics come down from the States, Kelowna, the island. Like, on Sunday there was 100 comedians.
Oh, man.
And we did 25 shows
So
across
this
3
was
days.
this was okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Explain it. Like 25 shows.
3 days, 9 different venues. Like, Baltimore Comedy Festival invited me to go there, and they're on their 9th year, and they had 10 shows. In our first year, we had 25,
Wow,
so we're just
holy
crazy.
cow.
Fuck you, Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless you want to pay me to go to the festival, then I love you.
I'm sure Maryland is lovely.
Yeah, I heard Baltimore has some of the ugliest people in the United States.
I
and
believe
like
it.
I'm not not saying anything about me. It's just like I've heard it, you know. It's like
I've heard tale.
John Waters is from Baltimore, if you know, so
It's like the Jersey Devil, except they all have jobs.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, Jess crushed it. You came back from Grand Prairie, did a bunch of shows. We did a D&D show together,
Yeah,
which was
so-
chaos.
So you guys had, besides just regular stand-up, you had kind of some different kind of type of shows. What kind of
Absolutely.
shows? So you
Yeah.
said D&D?
Yeah, so we did a D&D campaign live in front of an audience.
I've never played, you know.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
No, really. And how was it? Was it
was fun.
enjoyable?
It was very fun.
Is it
was
something
very
you'd want to
fun.
do again?
We're going to do it
Yeah,
again.
we're gonna
Yeah.
do it again. But I want to wear a costume this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
want to get the elf ears.
Yeah,
All I wanna
just
do
wearing
is
my
wear-
normal
wear-
clothes and then dressing as a dark elf. They're like, "Are you in blackface?"
Yeah, well, I got really into the role play aspects. You know, I really wanted a character that was very different from me, so I role played as a conventionally attractive woman.
She had a very sexy voice.
Yeah. Can we get a sample of
Well,
it, or?
because, you know, like when I'm out of character, this is the voice I use. You know, that's just me.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm in character,
I like
I
it.
want people to know that I am an elf, a
I like-
forest ranger, here to bring justice to fish.
I want to hear motivational, in the morning, like, Steven, it's time to get up for the day.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like,
Get out of bed. You need to be an earner.
No, it's the kind of voice you would hear in a jerk-off instructional.
oh,
It's
yes.
called ASMR porn.
Yes. It's getting really big these days, and it's getting big right now. Whoa.
Video really ruined my porn career.
Yeah.
You would have had such a bright future in phone sex.
Yeah. I remember
10
cybering.
cents
I
a
don't know if
minute.
you guys are old enough for that, but back in the day, we used to just type on the keyboard and just say,
AOLs.
yeah. Yahoo Messenger, that was where it got really dirty.
I
Yahoo
had
Messenger.
adult men message me and then get disappointed that I wasn't a boy.
I could pretend with the price is right.
But no, we're gonna do the festival again next year. Jess is gonna be on more stuff. Hopefully, her and I are in a different spot next year, so we can do some bigger, more fun shows and
Yeah.
some new friends.
Well, I mean, you guys come down here all the time, and I keep trying to send you stuff if you sign up for it. I mean, I know you're like, how do I get in Tacoma? I mean, you guys are killing Tacoma, so
I mean, I have beef with the Tacoma Debate Society.
Oh, yeah.
They're a hive of scum and villainy.
well, we can call them out right now, huh? Where are you, Tacoma?
Tacoma Debate Society.
Debate us anytime. We're the
Master
master.
debate us.
Anytime, anywhere, any country except Mexico. They're already doing enough.
I would love to see Jessica debate Charlie Kirk.
I'd eat him.
Yeah, for sure. You'd cannibalize that little weirdo.
Oh, I haven't seen the new South Park yet. I heard it was on last night, and they do a Charlie. Yeah, so.
They do give him the whole one too.
Well,
Although I think Kristi Noem actually comes out worse of it. But here's the thing. I think it was always a bit of a PR mistake to make the head of ICE a woman who is most famous for bragging about shooting a dog in the face.
Oh, Jesus.
That was always like a bad move.
Yeah, I don't know how it works down here, but in Canada, if you shoot a puppy, you're kind of not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to get political, but I am anti-dog murder.
I'm not, actually. It just
You're pro.
Agree to
No.
disagree.
You
I
actually
had a-
roam the streets of Tacoma taking dogs to kill shelters?
I had a bulldog for 12 years, and that thing drained my credit score. So,
Yeah.
no.
Speaking for myself, I am quite lucky to get the Canadian healthcare because I do have the respiratory system of a pug.
Yeah.
I go up the stairs too fast, I will see God.
You know, I am not a Christian person. Now we're talking about youth pastor. But one thing I thought about is if there is reincarnation, right? And if you had to come back as... Would you rather come back as an animal or another human? You know, and if you came back as a human, you wouldn't really have a choice on where you were birthed. So, you know, you don't want to come back as somebody from Gaza or anything like that, or North Korea, but also you could come back as a Kardashian as well. So, or you could choose whatever animal.
It's hard to think of what could be worse, being born in Gaza or being a Kardashian.
Either way, you know, you got a lot of enemies. That's for sure.
Absolutely. The whole world hates you.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like it sounds like it would be cool to be an animal, but then animals, man, they die in the worst like ways. You know, like
Absolutely.
You know,
There's no healthcare when you're a fish.
Yeah, and it's.
I take that back. Somebody once, I saw in the news the other day that someone removed a tumor from a goldfish.
But like
That
at that
feels like
point,
a one-off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's one weird guy.
I mean, how did they know that the goldfish even had a tumor?
Well,
I mean,
presumably it was sticking out.
It was like the biggest. It was like one of those fish from The Simpsons, you know, like swimming outside of the.
The fish had gyno. It just had like a huge boob.
They gave it a marine radioactive image.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, were you guys fans of Ozzy? Did you guys grow up liking Ozzy? Ozzy's gone now.
I did not grow up liking Ozzy because, unlike you, I grew up with the Lord.
Yes.
I grew up in a very conservative Christian environment, but I became a fan of his in my later years. And by my later years, I mean I'm on the verge of death. I mean, no, I'm a big fan of... I like a lot of his stuff.
Well, he lived a long time. I mean,
also like that he's technically a geek. Did you know the origin of the word geek?
No.
So, geek used to be a carnival term.
Okay, yes, I do know this.
That referred to someone who would bite the heads off of live animals.
Yes. There is a movie that Guillermo del Toro came out with a couple years ago that was pretty good.
Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and twist ending. He bites the head off of a chicken, and kids, these iPad kids, these Zillennials, they're not gonna know like the history of.
They don't know what
geeks.
it's like to bite a head off of
man. You know.
To see one of your heroes just a living animal.
I mean, with any luck, we'll get reincarnated as a bat.
And then we'll get our heads bit off by the next Ozzy Osbourne.
The next Ozzy, no.
So
it's beautiful, the circle of life.
You mentioned earlier you're in a relationship, right?
Yes. So sorry, that was probably like a very vivid, like distracting revelation for you when I said boyfriend.
No. I've heard your material before,
okay.
but this is
It's very surprising for people.
People like to make assumptions about you.
Yes, they do.
So your boyfriend.
Yes.
What's this fella like? You know.
He is crazy. He is.
In what way? What kind of way? There's many kinds of crazy.
Medically, interpersonally, he's just very strange. He has ADHD. He has PTSD. He's probably autistic. People keep asking me. They'll meet him and they'll hang out with him for a little bit. So then they turn to me and they're like, "So he also has autism, right?" Right? Mm-hmm.
Undiagnosed,
Undiagnosed. The only diagnosis I know that he has that was wrong was bipolar. And you know that you're pretty messed up if you can get accidentally diagnosed as bipolar. That is not it's not that there's nothing wrong. It's just that you don't respond to valproic acid.
Yeah. He needed Dr. House on that case, to figure out what was...
I have a good friend who works with, the homeless populations, and he once told me that my boyfriend, Justin, the way he dresses reminds him
30 minutes will be
of...
a comedy show.
30 minutes.
Want to hear us? Go down the dock or go inside. Or if you have kids,
Just leave.
curse words. We're gonna be cursing.
So like. He told
I love stopping the podcast for the end. And no, this is real shit. This is the
real shit.
Yeah.
This is not.
Hey, you gotta wait 30 minutes to curse, Steve.
Yeah.
Look at Adam Tiller puts out great comedy reels, but this is raw.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the gritty, the nitty gritty
This is
On
the
the
raw milk of
street.
of
podcast.
intercontinental comedy.
But
okay.
this fellow who works with the homeless, he told me that the way my boyfriend dresses reminds him of gay former child soldiers from Uganda. Because like he's from Hong Kong. He grew up in Hong Kong, and technically he was born under British rule, and he doesn't have like this North American idea of what colors men are limited to. So he walks into a thrift store, his favorite place to shop, and he gets upset at like the range of colors available in the men's section, walks straight into the women's, and then just buys himself like the sassiest form-fitting pair of red flare jeans. And then
man.
he goes to all of my comedy shows dressed like John Travolta from the 80s.
Yes.
So I hear like Chinese prince.
Yeah.
And like he likes to be supportive. So he sits right up front where he begins to laugh like Daffy Duck mixed with Ed the Hyena. Just like, whoo, 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 whoo.
Hey, it's nice to have somebody that's supportive, though. I mean, my wife barely even goes to my shows, so.
And he has expressed to me that he would prefer to be violence cuffed, by which he means he wants me to flirt with other men so that he has a pretext on which to beat them up.
Is he a fighter, or is he just...
He responds, he's 5'8", and he responds to the question, do you want to go, with yes. He lacks teeth, and yet he bites.
He's built like a Geodude.
Yeah.
Like how a boxer is built. Like he is a former Hong Kong bodybuilder and hot wing eating champion.
This guy sounds awesome.
He is
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Like he quotes Dune on a regular basis.
He also once put hot sauce on his testicles.
It is
Oh,
available
my-
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Link in bio. Link in bio.
Link in the description.
He put Da Bomb, like the hardest core hot sauce from Hot Ones. He put Da Bomb hot sauce on his freshly shaven testicles.
It's hard to watch.
It is available on YouTube if you want to judge my dating decisions.
Now, did you support this decision when he was doing this, or did he just do this on his
in
own?
an attempt to seduce me.
Oh, so this was before you guys were together.
Absolutely. This was.
This is
he
the
comes by
ultimate
it
form of
naturally.
peacock.
Yeah, he's trying to assert his dominance.
He
Great.
was trying to get with his dream girl.
He's like, this girl's funny. What can I do?
He was
that's
trying to
funny?
get rid of the lines on his scrotum. He's like, I'll burn them off. I'll
Oh my-
chemically castrate myself. That will win her over.
And what was the aftermath? I mean, did it? I mean, I haven't seen the video, so.
Apparently his testicles retreated back up into his bodies and, quote, felt like hard prunes.
Oh. Man, guys, I got to be honest. Yes, that's like 2 days ago. I had some very soreness in one of my balls. And I don't really talk about this kind of stuff often, but I'm getting older, I get worried, and I was like Googling testicular cancer, and they're like, well, you know, it's most common between 18 and 35. And I'm like, okay, I'm 40, all right, but what could this be?
Past
And
the
I'm
danger
looking
zone.
at this stuff like different fluids that could be caught, and I was like, oh, I had a vasectomy, maybe something could be going on there. And then I remembered, I went to a trampoline park the other day.
That'll do it.
The things you do for these kids.
It took 2 days for it to start hurting. And I was like, God, I got to start wearing like 2 pairs of underwear when I go to that. now.
Jockstrap.
You know when they say guys, when they start to reach a certain age, their balls start getting lower? I think that's finally happening to me.
It's basically
It's
what
finally-
happens to women with above a double
Yeah.
D when they jog without a bra.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to start getting a deep voice finally. I'm really excited, you know. Maybe I could do a mustache like this guy. I've never grown a mustache.
Never? ever. You look like a pop punk Amish.
Yeah, it's like the Abe Lincoln, you know. It's because I don't grow great sideburns. So
it's like you're gonna go directly from what was it, the Vortex tour to Raise a Barn.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those really like white trash goatees that went down like this. Like I was listening to like new metal and.
I mean, you have an amazing hairline though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's I need a haircut, but no, your boyfriend sounds cool, and you know.
Everyone listening who knows him is like, no, he's not cool.
He's so crazy.
Yeah. And like, not saying that you're weird, but it's just what I mean.
I'm extremely
what
weird.
I mean is like, I like that when two people that are eccentric can be together and be eccentric together. It's like a creative power couple, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I like the fashion, and it's like. Sometimes I wish like my wife would, you know, dress it up a little bit, but you know, she's a mom, she's tired, she doesn't go out that often.
Loser.
If you really want to understand my relationship with my boyfriend, sometimes when we see other couples kiss in public, we will pretend to barf in each other's mouth like a mother and baby bird.
I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable these days to see two people making out, you know, and like. I would actually like to see, you know, how can I say this without sounding gay?
I don't even bother.
I think it would be funny to see two dudes start making out in a crowded area that would just make everybody else uncomfortable.
I mean, we could do it now. There's nothing stopping
that
us,
would
Steven.
Be cheating, okay? I can't do that.
That's infidelity. It's not infidelity if it's for the
Besides, if it's going to be anybody, it'll be Jordan, all right?
Jordan came up to our festival.
I know.
He crushed it.
You looked like you guys had a good time, you know?
It was like comedy college. Like, we would meet every morning, get coffee, and they'd be like, what classes are you going to today?
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing Emo 101 at 5 p.m.
Yeah, there was an emo thing, and I was like, oh, that's me. That's
should have been on it
me, but
next year.
Yeah, I know. I've been to your country one time, and that was like 6 years ago, so need to go back. I don't have felonies like my dad. No, it's a true story. It's a long story, but...
I like how you said that like it was an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like, I have no felonies.
It's an American thing to be proud of your crimes, you know? Like,
true.
Okay, I'm too badass for Canada. They don't want me, you know? But literally, you could just have a DUI, and they're like, nope. So
that's not a crime. It's a mistake.
Well, that's actually something that comes around a lot with like my many friends who are bank robbers. People are always like, "Oh, you also have a DUI," and they're like, "Actually,
Does anybody even rob banks anymore? Like, it'd be so hard.
It still happens.
Did you ever see that movie Good Time? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like the most recent. Like they had those masks, and I remember when they first came out, I was like, maybe I could rob a bank, and then they do it in the movie, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, I think that's why I have a lot of former bank robber friends. I have very few current bank robber friends.
Now, if you guys could go back in time, would you rob a bank, or would you just use your knowledge?
How far back in time?
Well, wherever you want, actually.
Because the early days with the trains, I feel like that would be a lot simpler.
Actually, how about this?
But if we went back in time right now, I don't think we'd be committing robbery. I think there's much more fun things that we can do.
I mean, true.
Like espouse, espouse, the benefits of pasteurization.
Yeah. You go in early on Apple.
I want to go back in time to when Elon Musk was bald.
No.
Before the hair plugs.
Bully the shit out of him.
Yeah. Do you guys like not that you like it, but did you grow up with wrestling and stuff? Because I don't know, like Calgary, Alberta, Canada is a huge wrestling place. It's like where a bunch of famous wrestlers trained and
Bret
grew
the
up.
Hitman Hart.
Yeah, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Brian Pillman, all these guys.
One of our friends went to
Chris Benoit, the guy that Chris Benoit. Look it up, kids, if you never heard that story.
You know what's crazy is that Chris Benoit killed his wife and kids, but let the dogs live.
I mean, that's better than the shooting the dog in the face. I mean, you know.
I don't even know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I know.
Plus,
I mean, they were just such good boys.
Plus, I mean, if nobody found them, that's a meal for the dogs.
So what we're saying is that Chris Benoit is a better person than Christino.
I stand behind that.
Well, he's a better person than Michael Vick. That's for sure. You know.
Well,
And
left the dog out of it.
this episode is sponsored by the ASPCA. Adopt, don't shop. You guys got dogs?
I have a dog.
I have 3 cats.
Yeah, I love cats. I just don't. We have one that goes in and out, and but yeah, tell me about the cats.
Well, I mean, they're all 3 of them very lovely.
Are they inside-only cats?
They are inside-only cats.
My favorite kind.
That is my philosophy.
I don't like those jungle cats.
My boyfriend and I disagree about inside and outside cats, so they are inside cats.
They live longer.
They do live longer,
please.
and they do kill fewer bits of wildlife.
Yeah.
Also, like, I live in a very urban area, very next to a very major road.
Urban. That means she's got culture.
I was on tour for 6 weeks straight, /visiting my family.
Jeez.
And I came back, and 2 of them were just so excited to see me. And the last one took one look at me and shanked my ass.
Oh.
She stabbed me. And of course, it was his fucking favorite, his bitch. But like, it was kind of like that. I thought you were dead. Ugh. So she forgave me after a day or 2 because she remembered that I'm the one who feeds her. Fucker.
Cats are brutal, man. And like I said, like, you know, we left the dogs to eat. No, the cats will eat you.
They will eat you, and they will not hesitate.
Yeah, they'll wait till you're still breathing.
They'll eat you immediately. Like, if you have, like, necrosis, which is, you know, rotting while you're still alive. I mean, there have been some incidents where dogs eat you then, but like cats will just start, you know, like if you wake up in the night and your cat bites you in the nose, which has happened to me, they're ready.
So if you had to come back as a cat that ate someone, no.
Who would you have eaten?
Yeah. John Hamm.
Yeah.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. This is a reference to a joke of mine about celebrity lab-grown meat. You know, you get some John Hamm, some Kevin Bacon, some Jack Black pudding.
There's got to be some more. I mean, there's got to be. Let's brainstorm. There's got to be veggies and fruits. Daryl strawberries. You're full of cocaine.
Yeah.
You know. That's an old one. That's an old reference. That's even before my time.
Who's Daryl Strawberry?
So you don't know?
No.
So Daryl Strawberry was a baseball player from
sports.
The 70s and 80s, and he was
I know
famous
this because I was looking up food-related
He did a lot of
names.
cocaine. A lot of cocaine, like back in the, Pete Rose, like that time period.
You get some sugar-powdered strawberries, but it's not really sugar.
Yeah.
Some strawberries and cream?
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson? I don't know. Now we're just.
Oh, you need something to wash down the Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
So you need a side of OJ.
You need a side of O.J. Simpson. I don't know. We're gonna table that one for later, but there's a lot of meat on that bone.
You could definitely have some like my other idea was baby Backstreet Boys ribs.
Oh, dude. Hey, that's actually
get you a red hot chili
that's very
peppers dry
relevant.
rub.
They just played at the Las Vegas Sphere. They could have served it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many sponsorship opportunities.
They're leaving so much money on the table.
I know.
Money on the table.
Merch, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man, I don't know. Well, I'm pretty excited about tonight. This looks like a fun spot. I always get nervous at breweries and stuff because I wouldn't say my material is always brewery friendly. You know, I have a couple jokes that are a little tough, but I did a show last night that I wasn't even, you know, you get those shows where you're like, oh, this will be whatever, and then it turns out to be really cool. And you know, my wife, we talk a lot, you know, and I always talk about my frustrations and where I'm at and what I'm doing. And then she's like, well, you know, it's kind of like a relationship, you know, as soon as you stop looking, all the stuff's going to happen. So right now I'm like kind of showing up and stuff, but I'm not going to actively send emails out for a while, you know. I think
mean, it's summer.
Yeah.
It's the low season
But this
anyway.
is the time where every booker is like getting 10,000 emails. So it's like everyone's trying to be like, you have spots for November? Spots?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about, because I did a comedy class in Tacoma. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that. In Tacoma, I did this thing. It was like a comedy class to learn how to host. And it's like...
Step one, don't be a dick.
It ended up being free because you pay $20 and they give you a $25 gift certificate for the club. So if you ever go there to drink or whatever,
sure.
There you go.
Seems like they're losing money.
Yeah, but
well, you know what they say: you gotta spend money to make money to lose money.
Yes. Wait a minute. What's money? But fuck, I don't even know. I was
the class like? What was like the most beneficial thing you got out of it?
The thing was the class, they tell you about like kind of like what those particular set of clubs expect from their hosts. They do Tacoma and Spokane, but they also have some in the Midwest like Wisconsin and Oklahoma. The only thing that I learned that I found was very interesting was they said no politics. And when they said no politics, they mean like they don't want
partisanship.
Yeah, they don't. And I was like, wow, that's like no rule that's written anywhere. And so I was like, I got some Trump stuff about him getting shot, and it's not really political, but it's enough to where
the Shane Gillis style.
They might not like it, and. But yeah, and then
it's a massive risk as the host. Like you might have just alienated half the audience.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think you're a better host than I because you have material that's very affable and likable, and it's like for myself, it's like a lot of my stuff is kind of weird, and it's like if this is the first thing that people are seeing at a show, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like there's a lot of comedians I know, like fucking Nick Roy, he's a comedian up north. He's an animal. He's fantastic, but also you would never spring him on an unprepared audience. He will set off their fight or flight response.
Yeah,
he's always
I
like,
got some guys like that.
I can host. I'm like, no, you can't, Roy. No, you can't. You cannot host. You're scaring the host.
Oh, I remember now, man. See, sometimes I smoke a little bit, and we later off camera we'll talk about like border situation and stuff. But the reason I brought the whole hosting thing up was with comedy. They've been saying that a lot of touring acts now are bringing their own features, and it's really hard to even get paid feature work. You might be able to get like a hosting gig. Do you guys see that up north a lot? Like, is it as cutthroat, I guess, as it is down here as far as like availability for spots and
getting
things like that?
With a club, in my opinion, is like you want to be a film director, so you become a PA, and it's like it is not the pipeline you think it is. It's like if you want to like get in at a club, start touring and become a headliner and headline that club. That's it. Or you're just gonna be like working there like it's like Kmart or something.
It's really hard to work your way up from doorman.
Yeah.
But like I don't know how cutthroat it is. It's a lot harder to tour in Canada just because of how the population is spread out.
Yeah.
So often
we're going to Thunder Bay, people.
Well, the main issue,
the worst town in Canada, for real.
The resentment point isn't usually like, oh, all these headliners are coming, they're bringing their own features. It's usually like the big club almost exclusively book Americans.
Yeah.
That
really?
tends to be.
Wow.
Oh, and it's been like that for decades.
But in fairness,
and to be fair to them, part of the problem is that the Canadian market, outside of the French, who are their own distinct thing. The French support the French, but English-speaking entertainment consumers in Canada do not view you as a real, like as someone who's made it, unless you made it in the U.S.
Yeah. Is that the same with music too?
You have to go to America.
100%.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
If you are not an American entertainer first, you're nothing.
But also in regards to like the feature acts, it's like almost everyone who comes to like the biggest club in our town, like Casey Rocket came, he brings his own opener. Like Sam Talent comes, brings his own opener, and it's like
Jared Nathan
brings his own opener.
Yeah.
But like you should probably think of it as like if there is something that headliners are doing in the States, the exact same thing will be affecting Canadians because the exact same people are doing it up north. You should just assume it's exactly the same.
Like I would say if you are like a young comic and you're like, how do I get in? It's like, don't go work at the club and get a guest spot and host. It's like, just hit the road and try to find someone to take you on the road. That's it. It's like the road is the only path.
Or if you're getting guest spots at the show, do not depend on it.
Yeah.
Do not depend on it. it's helpful for getting their eye on you, but what you are better off doing is building your ancillary skills elsewhere, being on shows where you can get 10, 15, 20, because doing a 5 at a club will not teach you very much.
And building an online audience like you and I have been doing.
Oh, don't I know it?
Yeah.
I do a lot of 3-minute sets, you know.
A lot of 3-minute sets, while those sets are valuable for networking, while they can be valuable to figure out a particular
If I ever
joke.
go on Kill Tony, I'm ready because I can do
so ready.
I could do 5 jokes in 1 minute. Whereas
But that's the thing, it's like it would be more valuable for like a new comic in Seattle to fly to Austin once a month than to spend any time at a club.
Yeah.
Because like if you get on and do well, it's a life-changing opportunity.
And speaking from personal experience, like this is not the same for me as it is for you guys. Like people I think politicize the gender dynamic of stand-up comedy a lot, but at the end of the day, it's because it's a 9-to-1 gender ratio.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
Most audiences expect to see at least one chick if the lineup's 7+ people. So you do get more opportunities, especially in the big cities. But even for myself,
Transition, that's what she's telling me.
Yeah, I'm saying get some fucking knockers.
I haven't done any push-ups in a while.
Get a pair of taut high hangers. What I'm saying is, if you're a young guy or gal and you're struggling to get work in the city, work in the burbs.
Yeah.
They're more likely to pay you. It's more likely to be worth your while. They will give you more time for your talent. They will value your talent more, and it will give you room to grow.
Easier to get 30 minutes in Yakima than Seattle.
I find outside of the Seattle especially, the people represent more of what I call the normal. You know, like Seattle people are very smart,
They're very specific.
or they like we've seen everything. You know, like what can you do that we haven't seen? You know. But yeah, that's why I brought back all the comedy class and this and the clubs and all that, is that I was really pushing to send videos out and try to get booked and all that, and now I'm just like, I'm gonna take a step back, continue like doing stuff like this, and then really just pushing it online, you know, like setting up my podcast area. If you guys ever come down Granite Falls, it's gonna be sweet. It's going to be like a real podcast where we can watch videos, react to them, soundboard, all that.
Stabilize the American government, you know, a real podcast.
Yeah. Well,
my podcast has 12 pages of in-depth research about Amelia Earhart.
yeah.
Bring on war criminals and not press them at all.
You want to plug it? Is it on Substack?
It's called Histories and Mysteries.
Is this a real podcast?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were just joking.
You can Histories and Mysteries with Jessica and Janelle if you want to see two people get real autistic about history facts.
Is it just audio, or do you guys do?
It is purely audio.
Okay.
Although I have been thinking about adding a visual component. It would involve having people see my face.
Yeah. Well, you can always put that behind a paywall as well, too.
True,
You know?
true.
Got to keep making that
Or behind
money.
a paper bag.
Moneymaker.
Boom roasted.
Boom roasted. That was actually the poster for my most recent tour called Ugly Privilege. Was a picture of me wearing a paper bag over my head. I mean, but like, you know, with the traditional advice when it comes to touring isn't all wrong. The old advice was, if you're a young buck, you know, get a car and find a headliner who's not allowed to drive anymore.
Yeah.
Find a headliner who has special needs and cannot get a license.
Yeah. There's a lot of these guys that are sober. You know, some of them don't even, you know, they're too afraid to drive, you know. Geez, where are we at here?
5 minutes left.
Oh, we are getting close. All right, I'm gonna ask you a crazy question, but I gotta ask. Any interest in having kids?
I am.
A little Jessica running around, is that a possibility
He
one
already
day?
has kids.
Yeah, he has them. Yeah,
This is not hypothetical in
Yeah.
his case. Interesting
I got one
question.
too, you
Did
know?
he have them intentionally? First one, definitely not.
We had a conversation yesterday, and she's like, "Yeah, you know, some people just like have a kid at 19 with someone they barely know," and I was like, "That feels too personal."
Like, microaggression. No, thank you. So I am what I would describe. I'm kind of child neutral. I love children. I'm a big part of my niece's life. I love them very much. I stopped in Alberta to see my brother's 2 baby girls. I love kids. My boyfriend would very much like to have kids, but for me, they are a nice to have, not a need to have. Just like he is.
Yes.
He's a nice to have, not a need to have.
I love that attitude.
But he would love to have kids, and so far the main barrier to that is his mental health issues, which have been getting better, but were very bad at the beginning of our relationship. Because here's the thing for me. He's currently at a job interview, but he's been fired from 2 jobs this year. And they were not like stellar
You know
jobs.
what? It takes a while for us to find our footing, you know?
And what I will say is, I am willing to have kids, but I am not willing to be both caregiver and breadwinner. That's a no from me. It's a hard no.
Oh man, my wife is feeling that right now.
That's a hard
Especially
no
because I
for
screwed
me.
up my insurance this year, but you know. Next year we're gonna make it do.
You're gonna run your own show at Laffs Fest. You're like, see, babe, we're moving up in the world.
So
Dude, it would be fun. But yeah.
That's the final word on it for me. If he manages to get his act together before my eggs run out, then we'll talk.
Okay.
I decided that I don't want kids.
They're up for adoption.
The
SPCA.
We're putting them back.
Adopt and shop.
We're putting them back where they came from. You know.
We're gonna do a Chris Benoit special.
Well, yeah, this has been fun. I mean, we're going to be running out of time for a few. You guys got anything else that's coming up that you're excited about? I just heard another famous comedian say, "Oh, how cheesy it was." You got anything you're excited about? But what's a better way of saying that? Anything of note? That
Jess is gonna be maybe filming a special in the fall or winter. So
See, this is the kind of stuff that I want to know. All right?
I'm sitting on so much material
and
that
so
I am ready
at this
to
point,
do
you're 8 years, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 60 minutes of special worthy material that I have practiced and I have put into an order I'm very happy with. I also have around 45 minutes that I am building up. So I need to get this I need to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
I need this stuff out the door.
Yeah. And find a really good video editor to clip it up, make it professional, put the captions in there.
Yeah. See, my boyfriend's actually a very skilled video editor, but I would not.
That's why she's with him.
Yeah, my Instagram has been popping off.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I would not trust him with the subtitles because that motherfucker is dyslexic.
Yeah. I was gonna say autistic, dyslexic, not a good combo. You know. How about you, man? You just got Last Fest was done.
Yeah.
You just basking in the glory of a wonderful weekend.
Yeah.
You got the great outdoors coming up. That's next month, right?
Next month.
He's gonna be opening for Bert.
Yeah.
And Whitney Cummings.
Bert Kreischer.
And,
going on a 2-month tour in October. You can follow me at Alex Svarez on Instagram. See all the dates. Opening for TJ Miller.
Yes, TJ Miller. How about you? You ever open for anybody of note?
I have not opened for a single. Well, I technically opened for Ari Matty.
Oh, there
but that
we go.
was before he was big.
But that doesn't matter.
I also have him on Facebook.
Still counts, people.
Yeah.
Still counts.
That's still a credit.
Yeah, we'll probably go on the road.
Yeah, and then that whole, Jared Nathan, you guys did a Kill Tony type show, and
Jessica was on it. She crashed.
Jared Nathan is a lovely man. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he looks like a good guy. There's a couple other.
He's a fun hang.
I'd love to meet him sometime.
He and I hung out, bonded over our mutual love of popsicles.
What kind? What would be your top popsicle? What's your top popsicle?
I don't have. Here's the thing. I'm indiscriminate in my love of popsicles.
Yeah.
I tended to go for the orange ones when I was a kid because then I didn't have to compete with anybody. But the Twisters, I don't know if you have them. The ones that are red in the middle and they have the white and blue swirl around them.
Yeah,
I'm fond of those.
Yeah, those are good.
But even then, you can't beat a creamsicle. I feel like they're all popsicles are beautiful in their own way.
I don't know if an Otter Pop counts. I was way into Otter Pops as a kid, but I really I think they're called Astro Pops, and they're these orange, dildo-looking things. They're basically cylinders. They're orange with a red kind of psychedelic swirl
vague
and
memories of this.
Astro Pop, maybe. I don't know.
They look
but-
like alien dildos.
But I don't know. How about you, man? What's your popsicle?
That's my popsicle, Choco Taco.
Yeah. All right, we're getting ready to start it up. Last time, follow you guys. Sexy little fat boy. Alex Svarez, Stephen MJ Comedy,
Last Laffs.
Last Laffs Comedy, LAFFS. And yeah, guys, thanks for doing this. And
Thanks for having
let's
us.
have some fun in Bellingham, huh? Shout out Adam Tiller.
Peace. That was fun.
I hope that was acceptable.
Forced to be reckoned. Comedy Simp, the podcast you can't resist. Stephen Michael James, the host you won't wanna miss. From Seattle to the world, his humor will persist. Join the fun, get ready to enlist. Spitting fire.